You heard these stories from participants. My father was in the war as well, so I have some firsthand accounts. You have kids, now you're a grandfather. How do you make them believe? How do you make them understand that this happened?
Yeah. When I go to downtown Palo Alto, I go to New York, or out on my farm, and I see the security, the prosperity, everything we have, and I look at the world abroad and I see, democratic government all over Europe and Asia and all of these miracles going on, I say to myself, none of this would happen if it wasn't for these people in the United States and their counterparts in Britain, Australia, Canada. And I think, wow, they were willing to give up everything for some idea. And I asked myself in bouts of melancholy, was it worth it? If they came back and they looked at our culture today, was this what it was all for? Is this what dying in Okinawa was for when you're 22? Or getting blown up in a B-29 when you're 18? So I think we have to take a deep breath and stop looking at history as melodrama, where we go back and look at the past and use the value system of the present to pick winners and losers. History's tragedy, and we should really instead say, given the material constraints put upon them, and given what they knew at the time, how they did what they did in World War II is a miracle, and we are indebted every day of our lives to them. And we need to start, I think, honoring people of the past who did things I'm afraid to say I'm not sure I could do, and my generation could do. When I was 21 years old, I was in graduate school studying Greek. When my father was 21, he had ear infections, sinus infections, and he was in a B-29 high above Japan, and emergency landed in Iwo Jima, and almost everybody was killed. And he got the highest medal of the Air Force, a Distinguished Air Medal, for taking a 500-pound napalm bomb with his hands that was locked in the bomb bay and throwing it out. And I can't think of anything I've done in my entire life like that. I think that's true of our whole generation. This generation owes a lot to the generations that came in. And this is why I get so depressed with these contemporary controversies where people don't want to do this, or they don't think they have to honor the flag. They don't understand that somebody just handed them a country, and what they think, wow, it's this ism or this ology, and it's not good because it's not perfect, and they don't understand what they started with. The alternative. Well, that generation said we just have to be better than the alternative. The alternative was Japanese Holocaust, German Holocaust, and what the Italians did in Africa, it was a Holocaust, and yet we didn't do that. And so we say, well, we weren't perfect, therefore we weren't good. No, we were very good what we did in World War II. We